Pack up your desk. Miles says it loud enough for the entire open office to hear. 40 people, all typing, all pretending not to listen, all listening. He's standing over my desk, arms crossed, face smug, like he's been waiting for this moment. Excuse me? You heard me. Pack up your desk. He points at my belongings like I'm trash to be removed. You're terminating me? Effective immediately. My heart pounds, face burns. Everyone's watching. This is intentional. Public humiliation. He wants me to cry, to beg, to give him a show. I don't. I take a breath, steady my voice, put it in writing. His smile falters, just slightly. What? If I'm terminated, I need it in writing. Official documentation. You don't make demands. I'm not demanding, I'm requesting proper procedure. His jaw tightens. He doesn't like this, doesn't like me staying calm. He opens his mouth to respond. Then the glass doors open. 2 people walk in. Suits, briefcases, legal department. They walk straight through the office, past rows of desks, past me, straight to Miles. His confident smile freezes. One of them speaks. Miles Anderson? We need you to pause all personnel actions immediately. The office goes completely silent. Miles looks confused, then angry. This is internal. Why are you here? The woman from legal doesn't smile. We'll discuss it privately. Now please. She looks at me. Miss Callahan, can you please step into conference room B? I stand, legs shaking, but I walk. Head up, past Miles, past my staring coworkers, into the conference room, and I wait for whatever comes next. The conference room is cold. Glass walls. I can see the office. The office can see me. Miles is talking to legal. Animated. Defensive. His hands moving. His face red. The legal team remains calm, professional, unmoved. After 5 minutes they leave him, walk toward my conference room, enter, close the door, sit across from me. Miss Callahan, I'm Vanessa Cole from legal. This is my colleague, Adrian Brooks. I nod. We need to ask you one question, and we need you to answer honestly. Okay. Did Miles Anderson just attempt to terminate you publicly, in front of the entire office? I pause. Choose my words carefully. He attempted to, yes. They exchange a look. Something passes between them. Recognition. Like they've heard this before. Attempted? Adrian asks. He told me to pack my desk, said I was terminated, effective immediately. But when I asked for documentation, he hadn't provided any. Vanessa writes notes. Did he give a reason? No, just told me to pack up in front of everyone. How long have you worked here? 3 years. Under Miles's management? For the last 18 months. More notes. Miss Callahan, are you aware that someone filed a formal complaint this morning about retaliation and hostile conduct in Miles's department? My pulse spikes. No, I wasn't aware. The complaint triggered our immediate response. We were already en route when this incident occurred. So someone else spoke up. Someone else noticed. I'm not crazy. I'm not imagining it. We need your timeline, Vanessa says. Everything relevant to your experience under Miles's management. Can you provide that? I think about my notebook, my email archive, the screenshots I've been taking, the dates I've been recording. Yes, I can provide detailed documentation. Good, can you access it now? I pull out my laptop, open my files. My hands have stopped shaking because I have facts, dates, times, evidence, and facts don't shake. Where would you like me to start? From the beginning. I begin, and for the first time in 18 months, someone is actually listening. My name is Tessa Callahan. I've worked at Westfield Analytics for 3 years, started as a junior analyst, promoted to senior analyst after 1 year. Good reviews, consistent performance. Then Miles became my team lead. Everything changed, not immediately but gradually, like a slow poison. First month, I was the quiet fixer, the one who caught errors, who stayed late finishing projects, who made sure deadlines were met. Miles noticed, but not in a good way. He started taking credit for my work, presenting my analyses as his own. In meetings, he'd say, I found this pattern when I'd send him the report. I solved this issue when I'd done the troubleshooting. I didn't say anything, thought maybe it was normal. Maybe team leads presented teamwork. Then he started dropping blame. When something went wrong, suddenly it was mine. Tessa made this error. Tessa missed this deadline, even when I hadn't, even when I had proof I hadn't. The first time I pushed back, he called me difficult. In a meeting, in front of clients. Tessa can be difficult when she doesn't get her way. I'd only asked for clarity on project scope, a reasonable question, but it became my label, difficult, defensive. Not a team player, The words followed me, appeared in my reviews, in feedback sessions, in hushed conversations I wasn't supposed to hear. I started documenting everything, emails, meeting notes, timestamps, not because I planned to use them, but because I needed to remember, to prove to myself I wasn't crazy, that this was really happening. Sitting in this conference room now, I realize those documents might save me. Miss Callahan? Vanessa's voice brings me back. Sorry, where should I begin? Tell us about your first incident with Miles, the first time you noticed concerning behavior. I take a breath, and I tell them everything. I walk them through the timeline. Month 1, credit taking begins. Month 3, first public criticism. Month 6, my project reassigned to Miles's favorite, Carter. Month 9, first written warning for attitude issues. Month 12, second warning for not being a team player. With each incident, I show documentation. Emails proving I completed work on time. Meeting notes showing I raised concerns appropriately. Slack messages showing Miles's actual words. Vanessa and Adrian listen, taking notes, asking clarifying questions, never interrupting, never doubting, just listening. This is thorough, Vanessa says quietly. I needed to remember, to have proof. Proof of what? That I wasn't imagining it, that it was really happening. Adrian leans forward. Miss Callahan, in your documentation, do you have records of other team members experiencing similar treatment? I hesitate. I have observations, conversations, but I can't speak for others. But you've noticed a pattern? Yes, 3 people left the team in the last year, all women, all suddenly. Did they seem happy before leaving? No, they seemed stressed, burned out, scared. Adrian writes something, underlines it twice. Before they can ask more, there's a bang on the conference room door. Loud, aggressive. Miles, he doesn't wait for permission, just opens the door. Storms in. This is absurd. Tessa, tell them you're fine. Tell them this is a misunderstanding. His voice is pleasant. Fake pleasant. The kind he uses in front of executives. Vanessa stands. Mr. Anderson, this is a private conversation. She's my employee. She's a company employee having a conversation with legal. You need to leave. I have a right. You have no rights in this room right now. Please leave or we'll have security escort you. Miles's mask cracks, just for a second. I see the anger underneath, the control slipping. He forces a laugh. She's unstable, emotional. She's been struggling with performance issues. Leave, now. Adrian's voice is firm, final. Miles has to comply, but as he turns, he leans close to me, whispers so only I can hear. You're done either way. Then he leaves. The door closes. Vanessa looks at me. Did he just threaten you? Yes. We need to document that too. She writes it down, and I realize he just made a mistake. A big one. The legal team lets me return to my desk. Continue your work as normal, Vanessa instructs. Don't discuss this conversation with anyone. If Miles approaches you, document it and notify us immediately. I nod. Walk back to my desk. The office is different now. Colder. Nobody makes eye contact. Nobody speaks to me. They're scared. I understand. Miles has been here longer, has more power, has more allies. I'm the troublemaker now. The difficult one. The one who brought legal in. I sit down, log into my computer, try to focus on work, but I can feel the stares, the whispers, the judgment. Carter walks by. Miles's favorite, the one who got my project. He doesn't acknowledge me. Just walks past like I'm invisible. 10 minutes later, something appears on my desk. A sticky note. Yellow. Small. 4 words in shaky handwriting. He made me lie. I look up, scan the office. Everyone's working. Heads down. I don't know who left it, but someone did. Someone else is scared too. I photograph the note, save it to my documentation folder, and I keep working, because that's all I can do right now. Work. Document. Wait. My computer pings. Email from HR, subject meeting request. Body. Please come to HR in 10 minutes. My stomach drops. Here we go. I grab my notebook, my laptop, my documentation, and I walk to HR. Ready for whatever comes next. HR is on the 3rd floor, quiet, carpeted, corporate art on walls. I check in with the receptionist. She barely looks at me, points to a chair. Someone will be with you shortly. I sit, wait, 5 minutes pass. 10. Finally a woman appears, smiling. Professional, too professional. Tessa, I'm Colleen. Please come with me. Her office is small, beige walls, fake plant, motivational poster. She gestures to a chair. I sit. She sits across from me, folds her hands, smiles that HR smile, the one that means nothing good. Tessa, thank you for coming. I wanted to check in with you about today's incident. Okay, We value all our employees. We want everyone to feel comfortable and supported. Standard HR script. I wait. However, we also need to maintain professionalism and respect and team cohesion. Here it comes. When conflicts arise, we encourage employees to address them through proper channels, not through escalation. I didn't escalate anything. Legal was called, not by me. She pauses, recalibrates. Regardless, we need to discuss your fit within the team structure. Fit, the corporate word for we're pushing you out. Am I being terminated? Direct question. She doesn't like it. We're evaluating the situation. Yes or no? Am I terminated? Not at this time? Then what is this meeting? It's a conversation about professionalism. With all due respect, Colleen, Miles attempted to fire me publicly this morning. Without documentation, without cause, without following any HR procedure. Where was this conversation about professionalism then? Her smile tightens. I understand you're upset. I'm not upset. I'm asking for clarity. Legal has asked us to hold on any personnel actions regarding you. So legal is protecting me, for now. Okay, is there anything else? We'll be monitoring the situation closely. I understand. Try to maintain positive team relationships. I stand. I've always maintained professional relationships, even when they weren't reciprocated. I leave, walk back to my desk, and I realize HR isn't on my side. They're protecting the company. But legal might be different. Legal deals in facts, evidence, documentation, and I have plenty of that. I'm back at my desk for 20 minutes when my email pings. Client message from Hammond Industries, our biggest account. Subject, project update, need Tessa Callahan. I open it. Hello, we need an update on the Q4 analysis. Can Tessa Callahan please provide the latest report? She's been our primary contact and understands our specific needs. Please have her reach out. Best, Stuart Hammond, CFO. I stare at the email. This is good. The client asking for me specifically. I forward it to Miles. Standard procedure. Team lead handles client communication. He responds in 2 minutes. I'll handle this. Don't respond. I write back. The client asked for me specifically. Should I provide the report? I said I'll handle it. Do not contact the client. This is wrong. Client requested me. I should respond. But Miles is blocking it. I screenshot the exchange, add it to my folder. Then I see Miles stand up, walk toward my desk, face tight. Didn't I tell you not to contact Hammond? I haven't contacted them. I forwarded you their email. Don't get smart with me. I'm following procedure. The procedure is you do what I say. People are watching, again, always watching. Miles, the client specifically requested. I don't care what they requested. You don't communicate with clients without my approval. But you're refusing to let me. This conversation is over. He walks away. I sit there, frustrated, helpless. Then my computer pings again, different email, from Vanessa in legal. Per our earlier conversation, you are authorized to respond to client requests through proper documentation channels. Please CC legal on any client communication. I read it twice. Legal is giving me permission. Overriding Miles. I craft a response to Hammond Industries. Professional, clear, helpful. I attach the Q4 report. CC legal. CC Miles. Send. 30 seconds later, Miles storms over. I told you not to. Legal instructed me to respond. Check your CC. His face goes purple. He can't yell at legal. Can't override them. He's trapped. This isn't over, he hisses. Then he walks away. And I feel something. Small, fragile, power. For the first time in 18 months, I have some power. That afternoon, Hammond Industries responds. Thanks, Tessa. This is exactly what we needed. Your analysis is always thorough and clear. Then they add, if Tessa isn't assigned to our account going forward, we'll need to escalate to executive leadership. She understands our business better than anyone else on your team. I forward it to legal, to Miles, to my documentation folder. The client is protecting me, without knowing it. Miles can't remove me from Hammond without risking the account, and Hammond is 30% of our revenue. I'm suddenly essential. At 4 p.m., Vanessa calls me. Can you come back to conference room B? I go. She's there with Adrian, and another person, older woman, sharp suit. Tessa, this is Marin Holt. She's your skip-level manager. I know who she is. Senior Vice President, oversees 3 departments. I've never spoken to her directly. Marin extends her hand. Tessa, thank you for meeting with us. We shake. Her grip is firm, confident. I've been reviewing your documentation with legal. Can I ask you something directly? Of course. When Miles delayed the correction on the Bennett report 3 months ago, Did you flag it in writing? My heart stops. The Bennett report. The one where I caught a major error. The one that would have cost the client hundreds of thousands. Yes, I flagged it immediately. And Miles's response? He told me to wait, said he needed to review it first, said we'd address it after his promotion review. So he prioritized his promotion over client accuracy? Yes. Marin and Vanessa exchange looks. Do you have proof of this timeline? I pull up my laptop, show them the email chain. Date stamped, clear, undeniable. Miles telling me to wait, me pushing back, Miles ordering me to leave it alone. Then 2 weeks later, me escalating anyway, fixing the error, saving the client. Miles taking credit. This is what we needed, Vanessa says. Why? I ask. Because Miles tried to fire you today for performance issues. But this shows he's been sabotaging you, blocking you from doing your job correctly. Marin leans forward. Tessa, I need to ask, why didn't you come forward sooner? I thought maybe I was the problem, that I was too sensitive, too difficult. That's what everyone kept saying. Everyone, Miles, HR, even some coworkers. But you documented everything anyway? I needed to know I wasn't crazy. Marin smiles, sad, understanding. You're not crazy, and you're not difficult. You're competent, and that threatened him. Something inside me breaks. Just a little, because someone believes me. Finally. The next morning, I arrived to find Carter sitting at my desk. Not his desk, mine, using my computer, my files. What are you doing? He doesn't look up. Miles reassigned me to your projects, temporarily. You're using my computer? IT gave me access. This is wrong. I pull out my phone. Email legal. Carter has been given access to my desk and computer without my knowledge or consent. Vanessa responds in 3 minutes. Do not touch anything. We're sending someone from IT. I stand there, watching Carter work on my files, my analyses, my projects. The office watches too, waiting to see what happens. IT arrives. Young guy. Nervous. I need to revoke the access grant, he says to Carter. Miles approved it. Legal overrides Miles. Please step away from the desk. Carter stands, glares at me, walks away. I does something on the computer. You should be able to log in normally now. Thank you. I sit down, log in, check my access. Most systems work, but one doesn't. The main analytics platform, the one I use for every project. Access denied. I email IT. I'm locked out of the analytics suite. Response. The access revocation request came from Miles Anderson this morning. We processed it as requested. I forward it to legal, to my documentation folder. This is sabotage. Clear, documented, undeniable. Miles is locking me out of tools I need, making it impossible to work, setting me up to fail. Then he'll say I'm not performing and try to fire me again. But this time it's documented, timestamp provable. Vanessa calls me. We see the IT ticket. Don't worry. Your access will be restored within the hour. What about Miles? We're addressing it. How? Trust the process, Tessa. I want to. But trust is hard when you've been fighting alone for 18 months. 2 days later, Miles schedules a meeting. Performance review, Miles Anderson and Tessa Callahan. Conference room A, 3 p.m. I arrive on time. He's already there, with a folder. Thick, official looking. Tessa, thanks for coming. Professional voice, fake warmth. I sit. We need to discuss your performance trajectory. Okay. He opens the folder, slides papers across the table. This is a separation agreement. I don't touch it. I'm being fired? We're offering you a generous exit package, 3 months severance, continuation of benefits, a neutral reference. For what reason? Performance issues, culture fit, it's all documented here. I look at the papers. Don't pick them up. I need time to review this. There's nothing to review, it's standard. I need legal counsel to review any separation agreement. His smile tightens. Tessa, don't make this difficult. I'm not making anything difficult. I'm exercising my right to legal review before signing anything. You don't have legal counsel, then I'll find some. Good luck affording that. He says it with a smirk. Like he knows I can't, like he's won. I stand. I'll let you know when I've had it reviewed. You have 48 hours. I'll take whatever time I need. I leave, walk back to my desk, email legal. Miles presented a separation agreement, gave me 48 hours to sign, claims it's performance related. I have not signed anything. Vanessa responds immediately. Do not sign. Forward us the document. I photograph every page. Send them. Sit at my desk, shaking. But I didn't sign. Didn't give in. Didn't let him bully me. That's something. Small, but something. A coworker walks by, drops a note on my desk. Stay strong, some of us see what's happening. I look up, she's already gone, but I save the note, add it to my evidence. And I keep fighting, because what else can I do? Give up? Let him win? Let him do this to the next person? No, I keep fighting. Even when I'm tired, even when I'm scared, even when I don't know if it matters. I fight. That evening, I get an unexpected call. Unknown number. I almost don't answer, but something makes me. Hello? Tessa? This is Marin Holt, my skip-level manager, the SVP. Hi, Marin. I hope it's okay I'm calling you directly. I got your number from HR. Of course. I wanted to talk to you off the record, just the two of us. Okay. I've been watching Miles's department for the past year. The turnover, the complaints, the pattern. I'm quiet, listening. You're not the first person he's done this to, Tessa. I know. But you might be the last. What do you mean? The others left quietly, took settlements, signed NDAs. They were scared, exhausted, ready to move on. And me? You're documenting, you're fighting, you're not backing down. Should I be scared? Of what? Of losing, of this destroying my career. She's quiet for a moment. Tessa, can I tell you something I learned 20 years ago, please? Men like Miles count on you being too tired to fight, too scared to speak up, too worried about your career to risk it. And if I do fight, then you're not the one risking your career. He is. How can you be sure? Because he's made mistakes, documented mistakes, provable mistakes, and you have proof. So what happens now? Legal is building a case, not just about you, about the pattern, the others who left, the complaints that were buried. There are other complaints? Multiple. All settled quietly, all hidden. And now? Now we have someone willing to go on record, with documentation, with evidence, with dates and times and witnesses. Me, you, I take a breath. What do you need from me? Keep doing what you're doing, document everything, stay professional, don't give him ammunition. And then let legal do their job. We hang up. I sit in my apartment, alone, but not quite as alone as before, because someone's watching, someone with power, someone who believes me. That's something, maybe enough. The next day, something shifts. I can feel it in the office, the tension, the whispers. Miles arrives late, looks stressed, distracted. He barely acknowledges anyone, just goes straight to his office, closes the door. An hour later, a coworker approaches my desk, nervous, looking around. Tessa, can we talk? Privately? Sure. We go to the break room, empty. She closes the door. I'm Bailey. I've been on the team for 6 months. I know who you are. I need to tell you something, and I'm scared, but I have to. Okay. Last week, Miles called me into his office, told me he needed my help with something. What kind of help? He asked me to write a statement about you, about your performance, your attitude. My stomach drops. What did you say? He gave me specific things to write, that you were combative, resistant to feedback, not a team player. None of that is true. I know, but he said if I didn't write it, I'd be next. Next for what? For termination. He said you were being let go and he needed documentation to support it. Did you write it? She looks down, ashamed. Yes. I'm sorry, I was scared. Do you still have it? I kept a copy, in case something like this happened. Can I have it? She pulls out her phone, shows me a photo of the statement, dated, signed, coerced. Can you send this to me? Will I get in trouble? I don't think so. I think you're a witness, not a perpetrator. What do I do? Would you be willing to talk to legal, to tell them what happened? She's terrified. I can see it, but she nods. If it helps stop him, yes. Thank you. She sends me the photo. I forward it to legal. With context. Bailey is willing to provide a statement about being coerced into writing false performance documentation about me. She has proof. Vanessa responds. Can she come in today? I look at Bailey. Can you meet with legal this afternoon? She swallows hard, then nods. Okay, yes. I'll do it. We arrange the meeting. She leaves. I sit in the break room, and I realize I'm not alone anymore. People are coming forward. People are speaking up, because I showed them it was possible. That's something. Maybe everything. Bailey meets with legal for 2 hours. I don't know what she says, but when she comes out, she looks lighter, relieved. She nods at me as she passes. Small gesture, but it means something. That afternoon, Miles sends a company-wide email. Subject: team update. Body: due to ongoing internal reviews, certain team members may be unavailable for project work. Please direct all inquiries to me directly until further notice. It's vague. intentionally vague. But everyone knows who he's talking about. Me. He's trying to isolate me, make me seem unreliable, under investigation, problematic. My phone buzzes, text from a friend in another department. Did you do something? Miles's email sounds serious. I don't respond, can't explain, can't defend myself publicly, just have to sit with it. The implication, the judgment, the whispers. 2 hours later, another email, from legal, company-wide, subject, regarding recent department email. Body, the email sent by Miles Anderson does not reflect any official company position. All employees remain in good standing unless formally notified by HR or legal. Please disregard any unofficial communications about personnel matters. It's a slap, a public correction. Legal just contradicted Miles, in front of the entire company. I watch his office, see him reading the email, his face goes red, then white. He stands up, storms toward legal's floor, doesn't come back for an hour. When he does, he looks shaken, angry, scared. He walks past my desk, leans close. Whispers. Accidentally hits send on that email, meant to draft it first, my mistake. Then he smirks, like it's a joke, like he didn't just try to destroy my reputation. I don't respond, just document it. Another note, another timestamp, another piece of evidence. He's making mistakes now. Getting sloppy, desperate. That means I'm winning, or he's getting more dangerous, maybe both. 3 days later, I discover something. A coworker forwards me a file, audio recording, from a meeting 2 weeks ago. Standard protocol, all meetings are recorded, company policy, but this one is different. The subject line, you need to hear this. I download it, put in headphones, press play. Miles's voice, clear, unmistakable. The Bennett error needs a scapegoat, someone to take the fall if the client escalates. Another voice, Carter, who? Tessa, we'll pin it on her. She'll take it, she's too scared to fight back. Silence. Then Carter, what if she does fight? Miles laughs, she won't. I've been breaking her down for months, she's compliant now, defeated. My hands shake, proof, actual proof, of intent, of conspiracy, of deliberate sabotage. I forward it to legal. Subject, evidence of premeditated retaliation. Vanessa calls immediately, where did you get this? A coworker sent it. It's from the company recording system, standard protocol. Tessa, this is exactly what we needed. What happens now? We request the official copy from IT, verify authenticity, build the case. How long? Days, maybe a week. And Miles? He doesn't know we have this. Keep it that way. Okay. Tessa? Yes? You did good. This changes everything. I hang up, sit at my desk, and for the first time, I believe it. I might actually win this, not just survive. Win. The next day, Vanessa calls me again. Can you come to legal? We need to show you something. I go. She's there with Adrian, and files. Lots of files. Tessa, we've been conducting a broader review of Miles's management history. Okay, we found multiple prior complaints from previous team members. How many? 7. Over the past 3 years. 7 people complained about Miles? Yes. All women, all similar patterns, public criticism, credit-taking, isolation, eventual termination or forced resignation. What happened to the complaints? Quiet settlements. NDAs. People left. Complaints buried. Why? Because Miles's department was profitable. And HR prioritized keeping things quiet over addressing the pattern. So he just kept doing it? Yes, until you. What's different about me? You documented. You didn't quit, you stood your ground, and you had proof. Adrian leans forward. We also found something else. There's a board audit committee. They oversee HR practices, compliance issues, legal exposure. And they're getting involved. This isn't just HR anymore. This is a governance issue. What does that mean? It means Miles's actions created legal liability for the company. The board needs to address it. My heart pounds. Am I going to have to talk to the board? Yes. Tomorrow. They want to hear from you directly. What do I say? The truth? Just the facts. No emotion, no drama, just what happened. I can do that. We know you can. That's why you're still here. I leave. Process this. Tomorrow I talk to the board, the actual board, of a Fortune 500 company, about my team lead, who tried to destroy me but instead destroyed himself. The irony is perfect, almost beautiful. If it wasn't so terrifying. The board audit committee meets in the executive boardroom. 10th floor, glass walls, mahogany table, city views. 4 people. 2 men, 2 women, all older, powerful, serious. Vanessa is there. Adrian, Marin, and me. I sit, hands folded, professional, calm. One of the board members speaks. Older woman, gray hair, sharp eyes. Miss Callahan, thank you for meeting with us. I'm Patricia Wolf. I chair the audit committee. Thank you for having me. We've reviewed your documentation, your timeline, the evidence you provided to legal. Okay, we have some questions and we need honest answers. Of course. She looks at her notes. When Miles Anderson first started taking credit for your work, why didn't you report it immediately? I thought it was normal. That team leads presented teamwork as their own. When did you realize it wasn't normal? When he started blaming me for his mistakes. When the credit taking became one-sided, when the criticism became public. But you still didn't report it? I reported it to HR. They told me to work on my communication style and team collaboration. Patricia makes a note. When did you start documenting? About 6 months in. When I realized the narrative about me wasn't matching reality. That shows significant foresight. It shows fear. I needed proof I wasn't crazy. She looks up at that, studies me. Miss Callahan, this documentation you provided, it's remarkably thorough, detailed, almost professional. I'm an analyst. Documentation is what I do. Did you compile this intending to file a lawsuit? No. I compiled it to survive, to prove to myself that I wasn't the problem. And now? Now I just want to do my job without being sabotaged. The room is quiet. Then one of the men speaks. You handled this with remarkable discipline. Thank you. Most people would have quit, or sued, or gone public. I considered all of those options. Why didn't you? Because I like my job. I'm good at it. I didn't want to leave. I just wanted the harassment to stop. Patricia leans forward. If we offered you a different position, would you consider it? My heart stops. What kind of position? Reporting directly to Marin. Leading a new analytics initiative, separate from Miles's department entirely. With a raise? She smiles slightly. Yes, with a raise. I'd consider it. Good, we'll have HR draw up an offer. I can't breathe. They're not firing me, they're promoting me. I leave the boardroom in a daze. Marin walks with me. You did well in there. Did I just get a new job? You did. What happens to Miles? That's being addressed. What does that mean? It means he's on administrative leave as of this afternoon, pending termination. I stop walking. He's being fired? Yes, the evidence is overwhelming, the pattern is undeniable, the liability is significant. When? The formal termination will happen within 48 hours, after legal completes their final review. And Carter? Also under review. For his role in the coercion and retaliation, I lean against the wall. Process this. Miles is being fired. Carter too, maybe. I'm being promoted. It's over. Actually over. Tessa, are you okay? I don't know, I think so. This doesn't feel real. It's real. You earned this. You fought for it. I just wanted to survive. You did more than survive. You documented a pattern, exposed a systemic problem, protected future employees from experiencing what you did. I didn't do it for them. No, but they'll benefit anyway. I take a breath. Steady myself. What do I do now? Go back to your desk, work normally. Don't discuss this with anyone. HR will contact you tomorrow with your offer letter. And Miles? He's already been escorted from the building. You won't see him again. Good. I don't want to see him. Don't want closure. Don't want an apology. Just want him gone. Permanently. I go back to my desk. The office feels different. People are whispering, staring. Miles's office is empty. Dark. Someone must have seen him leave. Word spreads fast. I log into my computer, check my email. There's one from HR. Subject, updated employment terms. I open it. It's the offer. New title, Senior Analytics Lead. New salary, 40% increase. New reporting structure, direct to Marin. New team, built from scratch. I read it twice, then I accept, and I breathe. For the first time in 18 months, I breathe. The next morning there's an all-hands meeting, company-wide. Everyone gathers in the main conference room. Patricia Wolf is there, our CEO, Marin, legal. Patricia speaks. Thank you all for gathering. We need to address recent events in the analytics department. The room is silent. Miles Anderson's employment has been terminated, effective immediately. Murmurs, whispers, shock. This decision was made after a thorough investigation revealed serious violations of company policy, including retaliation, harassment, and creation of a hostile work environment. She pauses, lets it sink in. We also discovered that complaints about Mr. Anderson's conduct were not properly investigated or addressed. This represents a failure of our HR and management systems. More murmurs. We are implementing immediate changes. All employee complaints will now be reviewed by legal and the audit committee. We're establishing an anonymous reporting system, and we're conducting department-wide reviews to identify other potential issues. She looks around the room. We failed employees who came forward. We prioritized quiet resolutions over accountability. That ends today. Someone in the back starts clapping. Then others join. It becomes applause. For change, for accountability, for finally doing the right thing. I sit quietly, not clapping, just processing. After the meeting, people approach me. I'm sorry I didn't speak up sooner. I saw what was happening but was too scared. Thank you for fighting. I accept their apologies, but I don't need them. I didn't do this for applause. Did it for survival. For dignity. For proof that I mattered. That's all I needed. That's all I still need. 2 weeks later, I start my new role. New office, new team, new projects. Marin checks in regularly. How's the transition? Good. Strange, but good. Strange how? I keep waiting for someone to undermine me, to take credit, to sabotage. That's trauma, Tessa. It takes time to heal. How long? As long as it takes. Be patient with yourself. My new team is small. 3 people. All transferred from other departments. All chosen for competence and collaboration. No politics, no games, no sabotage, just work. Good, clean, honest work. It's refreshing, almost suspicious, but I'm learning to trust it. One afternoon, I see Carter in the hallway. He's still employed, demoted, reassigned, but still here. He avoids eye contact and walks past quickly, ashamed, good. He should be. Another day, I get an email from Hammond Industries. Congratulations on your promotion, Tessa. We're thrilled to continue working with you in your new capacity. Your integrity and competence are exactly what we value in a partner. I forward it to Marin. She responds, you earned this. I did. Every bit of it. Not through politics, not through networking, through competence, through documentation, through refusing to be erased. That's worth more than any promotion. That's worth everything. 6 months later, I'm sitting in my office when Vanessa stops by. Do you have a minute? Of course, she sits. I wanted to follow up with you about the Miles situation. Okay, we finalized everything. The termination, the investigation, the documentation. And we discovered he'd done this at his previous company too. Different victims, same pattern. How did he get hired here? Reference checks were insufficient. HR didn't dig deep enough. They saw his sales numbers and didn't look past them. And now? Now we've implemented more rigorous screening, including direct conversations with former team members, not just managers. Because of what happened to me? Because of what happened to you and 7 other women. Yes. I sit with that. My suffering created change, protected others. It doesn't erase what happened. But it means something. Vanessa, can I ask you something? Of course. Why did legal take my case seriously, when HR didn't? Because legal deals in liability, exposure, risk. What happened to you was a lawsuit waiting to happen, multiple lawsuits actually. So it wasn't about what was right. It started with protecting the company. But when we saw your documentation, saw the pattern, saw what he'd done, it became about what was right too. Good. Tessa, you saved this company from a much bigger scandal, you should know that. I wasn't trying to save the company. No, you were trying to save yourself. But you did both. She leaves. I sit at my desk, my new desk, in my new office with my new title. And I realize I won. Not the way I expected, not the way I wanted, but I won. I survived, I documented, I fought, and I'm still here. That's the victory. Not the promotion, not the raise, the fact that I'm still here, still whole, still me. Miles tried to break me, to erase me, to make me disappear. Instead, he disappeared, and I'm still standing. 1 year after the initial incident, I'm nominated for an award. Company-wide recognition, excellence in leadership and integrity. I almost decline, don't want attention, don't want to relive it. But Marin convinces me, your story matters. Other people need to see that speaking up works. So I accept. The ceremony is formal, corporate event, hotel ballroom. I wear a suit, professional, calm. Patricia Wolf presents the award. This year's Excellence in Leadership Award goes to someone who demonstrated extraordinary courage, integrity, and professionalism under extremely difficult circumstances. She tells the story. Edited. Professional version, no names except mine, but everyone knows. Tessa Callahan didn't just fight for herself, she fought for accountability, for transparency, for a culture where competence matters more than politics. Applause? I walk to the stage, accept the award, give a brief speech. Thank you for this recognition. But I want to be clear, I didn't do anything heroic. I just documented what was happening. I just refused to accept treatment I didn't deserve. I look at the audience. If there's a lesson here, it's this. Document everything. Know your worth, and don't let anyone convince you that their failure to see your value means you don't have any. More applause. Louder this time. Afterward, people approach me, share their own stories, their own miles, their own battles. I listen, offer advice, share what worked for me. Documentation. Facts. Persistence. It's not a magic formula, but it's something. A path forward. For anyone willing to walk it, that night I go home, set the award on a shelf, look at it, heavy, glass, engraved. Excellence in leadership and integrity. It's nice, but it's not what I fought for. I fought for dignity, for respect, for the right to exist in my workplace without being erased. The award is a symbol, a nice one. But the real victory is that I'm still here, still working, still whole, still me. That's what matters. Everything else is just decoration. 2 years later, I'm leading a team of 12. We're working on the company's biggest analytics initiative. Multi-million-dollar project, high visibility, high stakes. I run it the way I wished I'd been managed, with clarity, respect, credit where it's due. When someone does good work, I say so. Publicly. When there's an error, we address it privately, constructively. No shame, no blame, just solutions. My team thrives. Low turnover, high performance, strong results. One day, a new employee joins. Young woman, fresh out of college, nervous, eager. I meet with her on her first day. Welcome to the team, I'm Tessa. Thank you, I'm excited to be here. Do you have any questions, concerns, anything you need? She hesitates. Actually, yes, I heard a rumor about something that happened in this department a few years ago, about a manager who was fired for harassment. That's true. What do you want to know? Is it safe here now? Or women? I look at her. Really look at her, OSAP. See myself 2 years ago. Scared, uncertain, hoping. Yes, it's safe now, because people spoke up, because we documented, because we held people accountable. Were you one of the people who spoke up? I was. What happened? I documented everything. I built a case with facts, and when the time came, I presented it. The system worked because I made it work. Did it cost you? Yes, it cost me peace, sleep, and 18 months of my life, but it gave me something more valuable. What? Proof that I matter, that my dignity isn't negotiable, that I can stand up and survive. She smiles. Thank you for fighting. Thank you for asking. Always ask, always document, always know your worth. She leaves. I sit in my office and I realize the fight wasn't just for me, it was for her and everyone who comes after. That's the real victory. Not the promotion, not the award. The fact that someone else can walk in without fear, because I refused to walk out in silence. 3 years after the incident, I run into someone unexpected. At a conference. Industry event. Hundreds of people. I'm presenting on a panel. Building ethical analytics teams. After the session, someone approaches. Older man, expensive suit. Tessa Callahan? Yes, I'm Jeffrey Norton. I was on the board audit committee. I remember your case. Oh, hello. I wanted to tell you something. That investigation you were part of, it changed our entire company policy. I heard. No, I mean fundamentally changed it. We implemented anonymous reporting, third-party investigations, automatic board review of retaliation claims. That's good. It's more than good. It's prevented 3 similar situations in the past 2 years. We caught them early, addressed them quickly, because of systems you helped create. I didn't create anything. I just documented. You documented so thoroughly that we couldn't ignore it, couldn't sweep it under the rug, couldn't settle it quietly. You forced accountability. I just wanted to keep my job. You did more than that. You changed the culture. He hands me his card. If you ever want to consult on workplace ethics and accountability, call me. Companies need people like you. People like me? People who care more about doing right than looking right. He walks away. I look at the card. VP of Governance. Major corporation. I put it in my pocket. Maybe someday. But not now. Now I'm focused on my team, my work, my peace. That's enough. More than enough. 5 years after the incident, I'm interviewed for a business magazine. Women in Analytics. They want my story, the triumph, the victory, the happy ending. I'm hesitant, but I agree. The interview happens over coffee. Young journalist, enthusiastic. Tell me about the moment you knew you'd won. I think about it. Really think about it. There wasn't one moment, there were many small ones. Like what? Like the first time I documented something and felt relief instead of fear. Like the first time legal believed me. Like the first time I realized I wasn't alone. But when did you know he'd lose? When he made it personal, when he tried to destroy me publicly instead of quietly. That's when he made mistakes. What advice would you give to women facing similar situations? Document everything. Know your company's policies, understand your rights, and don't wait for permission to protect yourself. Is that what you did? Yes. I didn't ask if it was okay to document, I just did it. I didn't wait for someone to save me, I saved myself. With help from legal. Legal provided the mechanism, but I provided the evidence, the case, the proof. Do you ever wish you'd just left, found a new job? Every day for 18 months, but I'm glad I didn't. Why? Because leaving would have meant he won, would have meant I accepted treatment I didn't deserve, would have meant the next person would face the same thing. So you stayed for them? No, I stayed for me, but they benefited too. The article publishes 2 months later. Headline: The Analyst Who Wouldn't Back Down. It's good, accurate, fair. People reach out, share their stories, ask for advice. I respond when I can, share what helped me, encourage them to document, to know their worth, to fight if they can. But also to know that leaving is valid too. Surviving is valid, protecting yourself is valid. There's no one right answer, just your answer, the one that lets you sleep at night. 10 years after the incident, I'm sitting in my corner office, Vice President of Analytics, leading a department of 60. Building systems that prioritize people and performance, creating culture that values competence over politics. Miles is a distant memory, a cautionary tale, a lesson learned. He never worked in our industry again. Word spread, quietly, professionally, but definitely. Companies do reference checks now, deep ones. His pattern was exposed, his career ended, not because I destroyed him, but because he destroyed himself. I just documented it. My phone rings. It's Marin, now Chief Operating Officer. Tessa, do you have a minute? Always. I'm working with HR on a new initiative, anonymous reporting system upgrade. I want your input. Happy to help. You become our go-to person for this stuff. I have experience. You have more than experience, you have credibility. People trust you because you lived it. I survived it. You did more than survive, you changed things. I changed things for me. The rest was a side effect. A good side effect. The best side effect. We talk for an hour about systems, processes, protections, about making it easier for the next person, the next victim, the next fighter. After we hang up, I sit at my desk, look around my office, at the awards on the shelf, the team photos on the wall, the projects that matter, and I think about that day. 10 years ago, when Miles told me to pack my desk, when I asked for it in writing, when legal walked in, that was the day everything changed. Not because I became someone different, but because I became more myself, more certain, more grounded, more clear, about what I deserved, about what I wouldn't accept, about who I was. Miles tried to fire me like a spectacle, to humiliate me, to erase me. Instead, I let legal turn it into a record, a case study, a pattern exposed, a system changed. My dignity became my revenge, my documentation became my defense, my refusal to disappear became my victory. That's the story, not perfect, not clean, but mine. And I'm still here, still standing, still whole, still fighting, for myself, for my team, for anyone who comes after, because someone has to. Someone has to document, someone has to stand, someone has to show that it's possible to survive, to fight, to win, not through drama, not through destruction, but through facts, through proof, through refusing to accept treatment you don't deserve. That's how you win, not by becoming someone else, but by being so completely yourself that they can't erase you. No matter how hard they try. He tried to fire me in front of everyone. 5 minutes later, legal walked in, and everything changed. Not just for me, for everyone. That's the real ending. Not his downfall, but my rising, and the path I left behind. For anyone brave enough to follow it.